All right. I've got a couple things real quick for the end of February that I want to knock out before we go home. Okay, real quick. I'll make it short and painless. All right. I'm going to ask you guys this. Elimination Chamber was this month, February 24th. Two of the four of us got up at 3 o'clock in the morning to watch it. Two of us did not. Did the two of you who didn't watch the pay-per-view, was there any FOMO? Did you have fear of missing out by not getting up and watching it at 4 o'clock in the morning?
Absolutely no.
That's Will, Jaxpo, and Allison. We talked about that. Hey, when we got up in the morning last weekend and we watched the wrestling, did you feel any fear of missing out because we didn't watch it when it was on live?
Yeah.
You did?
Yeah.
Did you wish we could have stayed up late and watched it early in the morning?
Yeah.
Okay, because Daddy didn't. Daddy really liked watching it at 10 in the morning. Eating a bowl of cereal with you was fantastic.
That's a good answer.
Like, shit, how do you follow that?
Yeah.
I had every intention on getting up, and then when the alarm went off, I said, nope.
Yeah. It was a long morning.
I actually didn't even watch it for 2 days later. And I fast forward through most of it. I watched the men's chamber part of it. I watched all of the women's chamber. I watched Rhea and Nia. And that's it.
All right. Okay. Second thing. Instead of having you guys think about it, it was going to be a pain in the ass. The whole, like, what was your favorite match of the entire month? Because we all watch so much wrestling, it would be almost impossible. You've got a match of the month, Bo? Okay.
Yeah, I do.
What is it?
The fucking Wolf Dogs.
A win in the tag titles?
NXT tag team.
Fuck you!
Yeah, the Wolf
Did you see
Dogs,
the
baby!
look on that baby's face? She looked so concerned.
Wolf Dog. Next to Bullet Club.
Yeah. Tell him.
Yeah, see, next is the Bullet Club.
So what I did was I pulled Uncle Dave's top 5 ranked matches from February, okay? February 24th, Collision, Hobbs Guevara, no DQ, 4.5 stars. February 7th, Dynamite, Page Swerve, 4.5 stars. February 3rd, Collision, Danielson and Hechicero, 4.5 stars. February 24th, Elimination Chamber, Men's Chamber, 4.25 stars. February 24th, Elimination Chamber, Judgment Day versus British Strong Style, 4.25 stars. Okay. Here's what Dave gave the Women's Chamber. February 24th, Elimination Chamber, the Women's Chamber, 3.75 stars.
Oh, what?
Because Dave is an old man who, like Cam said, is snorting the same stuff as TK. Because unless it's AEW or in the Tokyo Dome, he's gonna shit on it.
Yeah, that's wild to me that they didn't even get 4 stars because I said the Women's Chambers match was better than the Men's Chamber match.
It was.
Matt?
I also am a prisoner of the moment. And again, the matches are not my favorite thing about professional wrestling. So when I think of like my favorite match of the month, it's generally the last favorite thing I watched. That was the Women's Chamber. It was my favorite match. I know you burped. I mean, good job. It was my favorite match on the whole pay-per-view. I thought the women killed it. I thought it was way more exciting. Bridget, who was in the chat, even said like she tried to watch the Elimination Chamber. Or maybe it was the Rumble, and she was really interested in the Women's Rumble, but not the Men's Rumble. Didn't have the same catch for her, and I'm assuming it's the same thing with the women or the Men's and Women's Elimination Chambers. Zoe, who's your favorite wrestler?
Io Sky.
Io Sky?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a good one.
It's a good.
That's a great pick. Last thing before we go home, and I was thinking about like stuff that happened storyline wise, because I usually do like your favorite pay-per-view, favorite match and stuff. But I was like, February was it was a long month, but it was the shortest month of the year. Okay. So Cody, Rock, and Roman, they're dominating the airwaves and the TVs, and everybody's fucking talking on them to death. Okay. So when you look at it though, at the end of the day, will Cody's story just be part of the Bloodline's reign? Even if it's the end of it, will this piece of Cody's story mean more to wrestling than what the bloodline has meant this whole time? Because at the end of it, Cody's story could just be seen as the end of the bloodline.
No,
It's
I
hard to
agree.
say.
Yeah, that's what I'm asking. I'm asking you guys. Yeah.
Well, the reason it's hard to say is it all depends on what they do with Cody afterwards. Because I've heard you guys talk about this, and it's like, well, what do you do with Cody afterwards? And there's a lot of stuff. Like, there's a lot of
Yeah.
stories with Cody right now that you could tell, that you could go into. And if you book them properly and you make them compelling, you can give him a great title run. You can do that. And he is going to be a workhorse like Seth Rollins. He's going to defend that title. He's going to do all of these things. But it all depends on how they follow up. If they just decide, oh, well, we spent all of our creative on Roman, and now we've just got a workhorse champion, so we'll just let him defend it against whoever and not put any creative into it, then yeah, that'll be it. So it's really on them to follow up with Cody. And one thing I will give Cody is, you could tell when he was in AEW the difference between the stuff that Cody had his hand in and the rest of the show. And generally, I enjoyed the stuff that Cody had his hand in. Same thing when Punk was there. You could tell the difference between the stuff that Punk was doing and the rest of AEW. And that's the stuff that I enjoyed, was the stuff that Punk had his hand in. So okay, thank you. It all depends on how they follow up, and I have faith that Cody has plans and has things he wants to do. It's just whether or not they'll let him and where it goes. So we will see.
No,
Next month, Uncle will sing all the Itsy Bitsy Spider with you want.
no, I mean, I agree with you. It definitely does depend on what they do with him after, but I think like Cam said, he's the savior from the evil Roman. You know, he's the defeat who defeat the Roman Empire in the end. I don't even remember. That's something to look up. But I'm just saying, like, you know, Cody will be part of the bloodline story, because it's just, I mean, his story was always going to be intertwined with ending somebody else's story. It is what it is. Story, like the wrestling stories, of course, they intertwine with each other.
Fair.
Yeah.
Bo?
There's no other way to look at it. They are now, like I described it off air, we are now in part 1 of the Deadly Hallows. We saw a lot of Voldemort.
Look at you.
A lot of Voldemort. WrestleMania will be the part 2 of the Deadly Hallows, where Cody knocks off his mortal enemy in Roman Reigns. It's getting there. I could give 2 craps what you do with the rest of it. I don't like the tag match idea at Mania, because everyone has asked how we finish. What's next? What's next? Okay, here's what's next. Hold on. Let me tell you what's next.
No,
next.
not you, Cam. What Cam just said.
Oh.
Cody Rhodes is Harry Potter. That's what you're saying, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
You're a wizard, Harry.
Are you saying you don't care what happens to Harry Potter after he defeats Voldemort? Is that you don't care if he lives, dies, survives, has children, anything? Like you're just done with Harry Potter?
Banging 9 and snorting lines, bro. It's all
On Jack's point of relating it to Harry Potter, Cody losing at Mania last year was like when Harry had to die to be able
we're now
to
in part 2.
Defeat.
What do you mean
Voldemort.
Harry died? When the fuck did that happen?
He did die. He died
So,
because he
if that's the
died.
case, was Jey Uso losing to Roman or Sami Zayn losing to Roman? Dobby.
Oh, Jay.
Jay. It was like crushing. But here's what you do after.
Does that make Seth the Half-Blood Prince?
Yeah.
Yes. We're casting Harry Potter.
Good job, Jack.
But here's what
This has
Here's
turned
what
into
you
a
do-
whole last sweaty session.
Yeah. Here's what you do with Cody after his story. The first part of his story. You use The Rock. Don't have them tie up at Mania, whatever. Use The Rock, and The Rock comes out and he gets his 45-minute promo because I love watching talk shows on wrestling. Go ahead.
Uh-oh, you just set Matt
No,
off.
I'm going to wait till you finish. I'm
Okay.
going to let you finish, but I'm preemptive. I've got something to say because I think I know where you're going.
You let The Rock come out, pretty much tell Roman he disrespected the family, and you ripped the tribal. If you couldn't get the job done, now I'm going to get the job done, and you build Rock Cody to SummerSlam.
See, I was thinking we have to make a little change here, right? The Rock is Severus Snape, the Half-Blood Prince. The Rock is the one in the Bloodline camp who's really working for the other side. The Rock is the one that ends up costing either the win in the tag match or, if it's Bloodline rules, costing Roman at WrestleMania against Cody, which would make, because he's important, but he's not really important to the story, that makes Seth Neville.
Yes.
Oh,
He could have been the
He's
chosen
always
one,
there.
but he's not.
And he's always
They almost killed Neville's parents, too.
all right. That's it. We're going home now. Fuck it.
Man, you can't recover from that.
There's no coming back from Harry Potter sweaty sessions. Thanks, Jess. No free shout outs. Get your podcast.
all the free shout outs for Get You.
I know. I love Jess. He was supposed to be here tonight, but he's in here in spirits. He'll be here later for Getting Off on Creation World at 11 p.m. or 11:15 p.m. Central Standard Time over on twitch.tv/Creation World. But Matt, what else you got going on?
So if you guys are unfamiliar with what I do and who I am and the way, because I had to somewhat censor myself with the 3-year-old running around the background, we are the #1 wrestling podcast and horror podcast on Pornhub. We spit and swallow the week in wrestling. We did it last night, and starting tonight at 11 p.m. Central, midnight Eastern, for Getting Off, being joined by the Will Gray and Justin from the Get Show podcast. We are going to be spitting or swallowing, taking our popular format and bringing it over there, the entire Resident Evil franchise, movie by movie, all 6 of them. So come join us for that. We also have revamped Creation Conversation. It is now the 3 of us, me, Travis, and Mara, every Friday during your lunch hour, 12 p.m. Central, 1 p.m. Eastern. So come check us out on Fridays for that. A little bit of a different format, a little mix of things. We're doing our thing there. And like I said, every Saturday, 11 p.m. Central, midnight Eastern, smacking it raw, the #1 wrestling podcast on Pornhub, with all of the sexual innuendo and jokes and talk about penis and things like that. Without my daughter here, so I don't have to censor myself.
Bo?
Here every Sunday for Botched Spots and Chair Shots. You can find me on Tuesdays on XT on Tap on Off the Top Media. Follow me on Twitter at Jackspo2020. Go into hit the link tree button. You can find me anything and everywhere I'm doing. Use my link tree. I like it. It's fun.
Al?
You can find me on TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter at JustAGirl918. I got a new figure this week. I got me a little Paul Heyman, who is freaking adorable. He's right here. His head pops off, but that's okay. I will be starting the Heel Support Group again, season 2, which is going to, the first season followed the adventures of Max and Colby. Season 2 is going to follow the adventures of Paul and Jim. So we're going to have some shenanigans happening, and that will be exclusively on our Patreon, which Mr. Greg will tell you more about.
Real quick, can I say something before Will goes? 2 things,
Absolutely.
actually. One, I want to thank you guys for letting me come on here, because it's one of the only places that I can come and actually make it sound like I know what the fuck I'm talking about when it comes to wrestling, and it's not all just dick and fart jokes. But also, I know Just a Girl is her and you guys should go follow her, but that's just a gimmick. She's not just a girl. She's the boss bitch. And Allison, I want to let you know that this staple right here that has been on my microphone is coming with me to Tennessee, and I'm bringing it to join your collection with Huskus. So I will pack it. It will be there, and it is yours.
Yay!
That's going to be
Funhouse Parade.
awesome.
That's amazing. I'm pumped.
That's amazing. Today's been a fun episode. Like from beginning to end, you know, second generation podcasters coming around, dropping their match and shows of the week. Like, how can you not enjoy that? I'm going to talk now. So this is where the viewership dies because everybody knows the episode's over. Follow us everywhere you do anything on the internet, Facebook, Instagram, iHeartRadio. You've got everything, all the options. If you check the Discord, there's a link there. All your producers and hosts and content creators for Rivet City Radio are in that Discord. That's your direct link to us. Below that is your merch link. Botched Spots and Share Shots off the top media. Ginger Ninja Jaxpo just got some sweet new merch up yesterday from a new logo from Al. Most importantly, though, is Amazon. If you have an Amazon Prime subscription, use that Prime Gaming subscription. Give it to us. Give it to Creation World. Give it to the Wolf Pack or off the top. As long as Jeff Bezos doesn't get it, he has too much money. Did you need to say something, Matt? No? Okay. Patreon.com/Rivet City Radio is the lifeblood of it. Starting in March, we have exclusive ad-free playbacks of all the shows, all the blogs, and all the articles, the Delicious as Fuck cookbook, nerdy news, 420 watch-alongs, everything. $2, $5, $10. All of the options. That's it. Guys, anything for the class?
I love you guys.
I love you,
I love you
Mateo. Thanks for
too.
stopping by. But now, as we close another episode of Botched Spots and Share Shots, I'm taking a minute. Thank you for listening. Remind you to go wherever you do anything on the internet, like, follow, subscribe, unsubscribe, then subscribe again. Leave a comment telling Matt that he is the host of the #1 podcast because he's talented as fuck
And a whore.
and a whore. Or you tell Selfbet that he follows Panda and they are pretty much besties. It's Panda, Selfbet Will. Or Panda Bo Will. Either or, no matter what, because it helps the algorithm and helps find new listeners. If you're feeling really generous, be one of the VIP people, head over to patreon.com and donate to the Rivet City Radio Podcast Network. You get some fantastic swag. We get some fantastic guests. It's a win-win for the Ginger Ninja Jaxpo, the Warden Matt Ridder, and the Boss Bitch Al. I am the Will Gray. Thanks for stopping by and listening, my people.
So long.
Bye.